of his advantage. And how about this? No one has ever waited as long to stand on a Formula One podium. Get rid of that stat and celebrate Nico Hulkenberg, 239 starts and a podium finisher in Formula One at long last.
239 Formula One race starts, 15 years of racing at the highest level. 0 podiums, not one, not even close, most of the time. That was Nico Hulkenberg's reality until July 7th, 2025 at Silverstone. The German driver had become Formula One's most famous nearly man, a talented pilot cursed with the worst kind of luck. His record stood as the most race starts without a podium finish in F1 history. But on a rain-soaked Sunday in England, everything changed. Starting from 19th on the grid, nearly dead last, Hulkenberg climbed through the field like a man possessed. By the checkered flag, he stood on the third step of the podium, finally breaking the record that had defined his career for all the wrong reasons. The British Grand Prix started with little hope for Hulkenberg. Kick Sauber had qualified poorly, with their veteran driver managing only 19th place. The weather looked threatening. Rain was coming. When the lights went out, few expected fireworks from the back of the grid. Max Verstappen led from pole position, followed by the McLaren duo of Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Standard stuff for 2025. But Formula One has a way of surprising everyone. Rain began falling on lap 8 just as Piastri overtook Verstappen for the lead. The track became treacherous. Drivers struggled for grip. Some made costly mistakes. Others seized the moment. Hulkenberg was in the latter category. His first breakthrough came on lap 9 during an early pit stop. While others hesitated, Sauber made the perfect call. Fresh intermediate tires. Perfect timing. Suddenly, Hulkenberg found himself catapulted into the top 10. It was a survival fight for a lot of the race. Hulkenberg explained afterward, "I think we just were really on it with the right calls, the right tires in the right moment, made no mistakes, quite incredible." The race's defining moment came on lap 21. Piastri had been penalized for a safety car infringement, a harsh 10-second penalty that would cost him dearly. But the real drama happened moments later. Verstappen, the reigning world champion, spun his Red Bull at Stowe Corner. The Dutchman, who rarely makes mistakes, found himself pointing the wrong way. From second place, he plummeted to 10th. This was Hulkenberg's golden opportunity. The German had been running 4th after Verstappen's spin. A podium position was suddenly within reach, but standing between him and that elusive podium was Lance Stroll, running strongly in 3rd place for Aston Martin. On lap 34, Hulkenberg made his move. A clean pass on Stroll at the same corner where Verstappen had spun. The crowd at Silverstone began to take notice. Could this really be happening? I was in denial until probably the last pit stop, Hulkenberg admitted. But then when I heard we gapped Lewis quite a bit with the one extra lap, I was like, okay, this is good, this is some breathing space. Lewis Hamilton, driving for Ferrari, was charging through the field. The 7-time world champion had his sights set on the podium. Unfortunately for him, Hulkenberg stood in his way. The final stint became a battle between experience and desperation. Hamilton, in the faster Ferrari, closed the gap to Hulkenberg's Sauber. The German's dream looked under threat. This was cruel irony at its finest. Hamilton had been involved in Hulkenberg's most painful near miss, the 2012 Brazilian Grand Prix, where contact between the two drivers cost Hulkenberg a potential victory and certain podium. Now, 13 years later, Hamilton was again the man hunting Hulkenberg for a podium position. But this time, the story would be different. Hulkenberg held his nerve. His racecraft, honed over 239 previous attempts, showed its value. He managed his tires perfectly. He picked his defensive lines carefully. He gave Hamilton no opportunities. 3rd place felt within reach at times, but credit to Nico, on his first podium, he drove a strong race. Hamilton said graciously after the race. When the checkered flag fell, Hulkenberg crossed the line in 3rd place. Hamilton finished 4th, 5.482 seconds behind. The German's first podium was secure. The moment Hulkenberg parked his Sauber in Parc Fermé, the emotion hit him like a wave. 15 years of frustration, 15 years of what-ifs, 15 years of carrying the unwanted record. All of it washed away in an instant. "I don't think I can comprehend what we've just done," Hulkenberg said immediately after the race. "It feels good. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? But I always knew we had it in us. I have it in me somewhere." His teammate Gabriel Bortoleto, 17 years his junior, was among the first to congratulate him over the radio. "Man, you don't know how happy I am for you. You are a legend. Absolutely insane what you did today." The paddock's reaction was universal. Drivers, team principals, and media members who had watched Hulkenberg's long journey finally saw him reach the promised land. Max Verstappen, despite his own disappointing race, was quick to shake Hulkenberg's hand in Parc Fermé. "The race wasn't that enjoyable for me, but it was nice to see Nico get his first podium, and I'm sure he will be celebrating tonight," the Dutchman said. The previous record holder, Adrian Seudel, had 128 starts without a podium. Hulkenberg's number was 239. The gap between them, 111 races, shows just how absurd his situation had become. Great drivers retire without winning championships. Some never win a race, but in Formula One, a podium finish is considered the minimum achievement for any driver of significance. Hulkenberg had somehow avoided this basic milestone despite a 15-year career. His record had set a new benchmark, 5,593 days between his F1 debut and his first podium. No driver in the sport's history had waited longer. Germany 2019 at Hockenheim was another heartbreaker. Running at the front in wet conditions, Hulkenberg aquaplaned off the track when a podium seemed certain. "It hurts, and it's going to hurt even more tomorrow," he said that day. At Monaco 2016, a poorly timed pit stop cost him a podium while his Force India teammate Sergio Perez finished third. During their partnership, Force India scored 4 podiums. Every single one went to Perez. The statistics were cruel. Hulkenberg had finished 4th 3 times during his career, twice with Force India and once with Sauber in 2013. 4th place in Formula One is like finishing 2nd in any other competition. You're so close to the podium you can taste the champagne, but you leave empty-handed. The talent never questioned. Despite the lack of podiums, Hulkenberg's talent was never in doubt among his peers. Carlos Sainz, his former Renault teammate, was emphatic in his praise. "For me, he's always been a top 5 driver every time he's been in F1. His race execution is incredible. I'm glad he has this podium to shut everyone up. I never doubted him." Fernando Alonso, the 2-time world champion, understood Hulkenberg's situation perfectly. He's one of the best drivers on the grid that never had the opportunity to have a proper car underneath him. The machinery had been Hulkenberg's biggest obstacle. After his Williams debut in 2010, he raced for Force India, Sauber, and Renault, teams that rarely had podium-capable cars. When the cars were good enough, circumstances conspired against him. Jonathan Wheatley, Sauber's team principal, had watched Hulkenberg's career from afar before becoming his boss in 2025. "It seems incredible to me that we're all celebrating a podium, as it feels to me like he should have been getting them all his career," Wheatley said. "It seems to be the longest-waited podium ever.